left, how can we get everything to the right? Yeah, let's say we don't want to change the lower dot tail. We want to always keep that same. Right. What I was getting at is you want to do 1 minus p norm. You want to do 1 minus p norm of 1.2. So remember, p norm of 1.2 is giving us everything that's shaded in red. So if we do 1 minus everything that's shaded in red, we're going to get everything that's shaded in blue. So in this case, you do 1 minus p norm of 1.2. Okay? So these are just some things you want to keep in mind. So any questions about this? Does it matter? What do you mean does it matter? Oh, I don't think that's going to change anything, to be honest. And you can always check. You can compare the two values you get. I just want everyone to know how the normal distribution looks like, how it's symmetric, so you can do the 1 minus. Okay, so if no one has any other questions, and you won't get deducted marks because it's still technically correct, right? So let's say take a minute and a half, try this problem out. And then please don't write in the chat your code yet. I just want everyone to give it a try and then write it in the code after, okay? Okay, so what is the piece of R code you guys use to solve this? Just write it in the chat. Yeah, so let's go over what this problem is saying. So it's saying that the distance the golf ball travels follows a standard normal distribution. So we know that the mean is 0 and standard deviation is 1. And now we want to test whether the golf ball exceeds 1.96 standard deviations above the mean. So again, the standard deviations above the mean is in reference to that z. So we're checking whether z is bigger, the probability that z is bigger than 1.96. So to write this out, again, what we're checking for is whether the probability that z is bigger than 1.96. And you can get this by typing in R, 1 minus p norm of 1.96. Okay? So was there anyone that didn't manage to get that? So the answer in this case will come out to be 0.0249. I know this is all relatively simple material, but I need to make sure everyone gets it. The entire purpose of this tutorial is to make sure you guys know how to calculate normal probabilities, quantiles, and R. And we'll move on to the t-distribution towards the end too. But it follows a similar practice to the normal distribution. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to assume this makes sense to everyone. Okay, so that was question 4. So question 5 is a bit more interesting. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to work on it, and we'll take it up together. Okay, so what do we all think about this problem? So reading it, it says crops grown on a farmland thrive in soil that is a bit acidic. And it says the farmland soil pH follows a normal distribution with mean 6 and standard deviation 0.25. And it says corn grows exceptionally well in a soil that falls between pH of 5.5 and 6.5. And it asks us, what is the probability that if we randomly select farmland, it will fall within that range? So we'll just list out the parameters. So we're told that the mean is 6 and the standard deviation was 0.25. So it is asking us to calculate what is the probability that x is between 5.5 and 6.5. So does anyone have any ideas as to how we can solve this? Yes. Oh, I see what you did. So 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 4. Yeah. So what you can do here is I want you guys to think about it like this, okay?